I did not like the fat kid that I saw in the mirror. Have any of you ever had one of those moments? A quick glance in a car window or an accidental peek in a storefront? A moment where you look upon who you are and what you look like and not like what you see? I sure have. I did not like who I was. I did not like what I looked like. I looked in the mirror each morning, and I didn't like what I saw. My life was awkward. Have any of you ever had one of those outbreaks of awkwardness back in junior high? Stumble or stutter over words when a teacher asks you a question, walking into classrooms or lunchrooms, feeling the empty, uninviting stare of your classmates as you fumble to find a place to sit. My life was built off of these outbreaks, off of these happenings. It hurt. It was tangibly painful. Sometimes I felt as though I could not go on. Junior high was hell for me. This is me. Well, was me. Covered in my huge furry coat, I wore it like a shield, protecting myself and my feelings from the outside world. This is another way to look at me. Let's face it, I was an obese teenager. According to the Center of Disease Control, childhood obesity has more than doubled in children and quadrupled in adolescents in the past 30 years. This increases our risk for heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, but here's the kicker. Did you even know it increases our risk for cancer? Pretty scary stuff. A few more pounds, and I might have even qualified for surgery. My life when I left junior high wasn't horrible. I played sports, lacrosse, soccer, baseball. I wasn't any good. I was too big and slow. High school was the place where I finally dropped out of doing sports altogether and found my real passion: theater. I love doing plays and musicals. There's only one problem. I was too self-conscious. I didn't like attention. I just sat in the corner memorizing lines and going over the script while the rest of the cast had fun together. They laughed and joked and had a great time. But not me. Middle school was horrible, but high school, it was bad as well. In all of my dreams, in all of my wishes and wants, and all of my lapses of focus in class, I was fit. I was in good shape. I imagined that some magical creature or genie would take me away and grant me my wish of good health. I wanted nothing more in the world than to make that change, to change who I was, to no longer be trapped inside of that horrible shell that I was in. There are no genies. There is no magic. Like Gandhi once said, you must be the change you wish to see in the world. And change I did. I'm not here to market some magical drug that will make you lose all of the weight. I'm not here to provide some superb diet that will make everything better. I'm not here to spell out a 10-step plan for success. It's simple math. Calories in has to be less than calories out. Some diets may do a little more or a little less, but at the end of the day, you must burn more than you can consume. My 3 generalized statements whenever someone asks me for advice health-wise. 1, count your calories. There is plenty of software out there to help you with this. 2, just plain eat well. Trade carrots for candy bars. Wait, is it candy bars for carrots? Don't eat carrots, eat candy bars. No, don't eat candy bars, eat carrots. Right. I personally completely gave up drinking soda. There is plenty of science out there that supports this decision. My name is Justin Schwaitzberg, and I am soda clean for 1 year and 6 months. The last statement that I always give people was the hardest for me. It's the exercise. I have always found that the words exercise and exorcism go very hand in hand. You have to fight the inner demon inside of you. Anyway, back to exercise. I hated running. Absolutely hated it. I still do. So I found something that I enjoy doing. Biking. Nowhere in the definition of the word exercise does it say it has to be painful and unenjoyable. I biked 10 to 15 miles every single day during the summer, and I absolutely noticed a difference. I was no longer panting while walking up the stairs. I was healthy. I was doing well. As I kept biking, it got easier and easier, and I felt great. Biking worked for me. You have to find out what will work for you, whether it be running or swimming or doing sports. I checked in weekly to see how I was doing, and I couldn't believe my eyes. The weight was just melting off of me. Maybe it's because I was just a teenager, because it was easy, or maybe, just maybe, it was because for the first time in my life, I was getting exercise and eating well. Might not have been so easy if I had waited 10, 15 years. Let me set the stage for you. I literally worked my butt off all summer. Can you imagine what it was like when I came back to school and came back on campus? Having to buy all new clothes because I couldn't fit into my old wardrobe, that was expensive. But getting to see the looks on my friends' faces when I came back, priceless. People stared at me constantly. But this time, it was okay. This time, it wasn't bad. I saw people's jaws drop. I found out something really, really interesting about people. It is a lot more socially acceptable to say, wow, you've gotten a whole lot taller, than to say, wow, you're not fat anymore. Suddenly, I had so many more friends. I could talk to people, especially girls that I liked. The thing is, it made my life better. It wasn't that these people wouldn't have been my friend before. It was just, I was too self-conscious to ever believe that they would want to. I started getting out in public more. I started doing bigger plays and musicals, getting bigger roles. I joined public speech and debate team at school. In fact, I'm here today. Looking back, I'm comfortable talking about who I was, what I was like before I made the change, because I want to give people the courage to go on their own personal journeys. I want to spread this incredible feeling that I have right now to others. If one person, after hearing this talk, decides what I said makes sense and truly inspires them into action, then me sharing my personal feelings with you today will have been worth it. The time of looking into mirrors is over. You have to be able to live life in the first person. The fat kid that I once saw in the mirror, he made a change. And that change changed his life. Thank you.